Okay, in this video, I'm gonna go over the top 10 things that are killing your gains. Some of you are training well, okay? You may be eating well, but outside the gym, it's a complete mess. You're not tracking your food, you're not sleeping well, you're watching Netflix right before bed, you're going out, you're drinking too much, you're doing a bunch of things that aren't optimal for muscle growth, and you're wondering, why am I not seeing progress? I guarantee you it's to do with one of the things that I'm gonna talk about in this video. So with that said, let me get into it. First up is not eating enough calories. I remember when I was trying to be lean and cool and aesthetic, I was like a full-grown male and I was eating like 2,000 calories. If you aren't obese, okay, if you are relatively skinny and you want to build muscle, you have to be eating enough calories to build muscle and to fuel your workouts. So make sure you go online, you go on a calorie calculator, and you find out what your maintenance calories are, what your bulking calories are, and you eat those calories for a long enough time period until you start gaining weight, gaining size, before you think about reducing your calories. So number one tip for you guys is you may not be eating enough calories and you're wondering why you have no energy, you're not getting stronger, you're not getting bigger. You need to give your body energy to produce muscle and to get stronger. A lot of you are underestimating how much you actually need to eat in order to gain muscle. So make sure you find what that is, how many calories you need to eat to gain muscle, and you eat those calories consistently. Now, obviously, having said that, the opposite is true, right? Overeating can just make you fat. Yes, you can gain muscle by eating 5,000 calories, but you're gonna gain more fat and then you're just not gonna look good, right? So make sure you're in a moderate calorie surplus, maybe 200, 400 calorie surplus. Don't go overboard like 1,000 calorie dirty bulk, right? Otherwise, you're just gonna gain fat and a bit of muscle, but the fat's gonna cover the muscle and you're gonna just have to cut. So make sure it's a moderate calorie surplus. You don't need more than 500 calories to maximize muscle growth. Next, sleep. Now, this is sort of like a topic which people don't actually realize how much it affects your physique. You may think just because you can function off of 5-6 hours of sleep that you think, oh yeah, I'm fine, I can do my work, I can go to the gym, I have energy, I'm strong, I feel good. But you do realize that you're missing out on a lot of muscle growth by sleeping 5-6 hours a night, right? When you sleep is when your muscles repair and when protein synthesis takes place. If you're giving your body less time to do that, what do you think is going to happen? So stop thinking that you're so sick because you can live off of 5-6 hours of sleep. It's going to come at a detriment to your physique and in the long term, a lot of health complications. So make sure you're getting enough sleep hours. So say you want to go to sleep at 10 and wake up at 7. Make sure you're in bed by 10 so that you can wake up at 7. Even though it's 9 hours technically in bed, you're going to only have probably 7 hours of solid sleep. So that's how it works. So make sure you're in bed for a long enough time period and you're maximizing the sleep quality. So you're sleeping in a cold, dark, quiet room. You're not on your phone before bed and you're not eating right before bed either. So sleep, sleep, sleep. I guarantee you start dialing that in. Maybe start tracking your sleep with a Whoop band or whatever, and your progress will skyrocket. Next is stress management. Now, we all live crazy lives because we all think we have it so bad and we have it so stressful. So we always stress over little things and every little bit of our life. I'm not saying you guys don't have a stressful life, you know, we all are under stress because it's all subjective to how we feel and how we see life. But you gotta relax. Even though you have a reason to be stressed, you gotta practice not being stressed. You gotta convince yourself that you're not stressed. You gotta meditate, you gotta do breath work, you gotta go to the gym, obviously. But if you're constantly stressed, anxious, nervous about things, worried about the future, worried about your current situation or something in the past, then that's gonna lead to not being aesthetic. So go right now, find ways to alleviate stress that works for you. I would just say the simplest way to do that is cold showers and meditating like 10 minutes a day. Okay, so just sit there, pay attention to your breath for 10 minutes a day, and that can do wonders for alleviating stress. Now, there are supplements you can look into like ashwagandha that can help you reduce stress before bed if you're struggling to sleep, but just start meditating like 10 minutes a day, take cold showers, because otherwise you're gonna be overstressed and that's gonna come at a detriment to muscle growth. The more you alleviate stress, the more relaxed you are, the more effectively you'll build muscle and the more effectively you'll also lose fat. Do the sauna if you can, stretch out, journal, write out what's pissing you off, do some breath work, manage your stress to make gains. Next is training timing. Now, I used to think that it would be alpha and sigma to just go straight away in the morning to work out, when in reality, I'm not a morning person and I would be weak, I would be fasted, I wouldn't be strong, I wouldn't get pumps, I wouldn't enjoy it. So this idea that you should work out straight away first thing in the morning is cap if it doesn't work for you. If it works for you, perfect, do that. But you need to figure out the time where you're strongest, you have the most energy, and you get the best pumps. For me, that's around sometime in the afternoon. For you, that may be in the evening or in the morning. But stop trying to follow Goggins or whoever says, you know, get up in the morning. Like, don't force yourself to wake up early to go to the gym. That's the last thing you should do. One, because you're ruining your sleep quality and you're going to to feel like shit because you've woken yourself up to go to the gym, which is literally counterproductive. But two, even if you don't wake yourself up and you go, sometime in the morning because you want to go in the morning, you may not have enough food inside of you to give you your best workout. Or you may be the opposite, too much food and waiting to go too late in the day. You may be too tired, or you may be lethargic and not have a good workout. So figure out what time works for you. Next is trying to stay too lean. Now, this is something that I talked about earlier today. When I was trying to be lean, eating like 2,000 to 2,500 calories, I was literally shooting myself in the foot because my body had so much more muscle left to grow that all I needed to do was give it more calories. And yet I didn't want to because I wanted to be lean. And I was just miserable. I was so weak. I didn't get pumps. Yeah, I looked lean, but I wasn't growing muscle. So I kind of just looked like skinny lean. If you want to be in a muscle building phase, get up to at least 15% body fat so that you'll have enough energy. You can get stronger. You can progressively overload optimally and actually build muscle so that when you cut, your maintenance calories will be less than before, so you can eat more and still be as lean as you were when you were eating less. But stop trying to be lean when you haven't even been training for 2 months, bro. You gotta take it on the chin, eat more food, put on some body fat so that you can get stronger, so that you can get bigger, and so that the next time you cut, you will look bigger and leaner. So if right now you feel weak in the gym and you're skinny and you know for a fact that you're limiting your calories because you want to keep looking lean, stop doing that and increase your calories by 300 to 500. Next is getting enough fats in your diet. Another thing I stupidly did not do when I was trying to be lean, I was like, oh no, 1 gram of fat is 9 calories. If I want to be lean, I gotta limit my fat so much. That's gonna help me stay leaner. But actually it does the opposite. It completely ruins your hormonal levels. It crashes your testosterone. It does not keep you satiated, so you're actually more hungry when you're not eating enough fat. And it's just a very, very bad idea for overall health, but also for muscle growth. So to have optimal testosterone levels to support muscle growth, to have good quality sleep, which supports muscle growth, you can't be eating a very low fat diet. I would say at least 50 grams of fat has to be a staple in your diet. Almond butter, avocados, olive oil, all great sources of fat. For your hormones, for your sleep, for your performance in the gym, you have to be eating enough fat. Macronutrients counts. It's not just calories, okay? I heard this very, very interesting thing that stuck with me. Okay? This idea that every calorie is the same is only true within a vacuum, within a lab. In a lab, when you burn an Oreo or you burn a piece of broccoli, yes, 1 calorie is 1 calorie. But different foods, even if they're the same calories, tell your body to store it differently, to react to it differently. You think if you eat 1,000 calories of Oreos or 1,000 calories of broccoli, it's the same thing? Of course not. So in that sense, every calorie is not the same, and macronutrients do count. You need to be getting healthy fat sources, healthy carbs, healthy proteins. You can't be just focused on calories. All that matters is calories. No, if that's your mindset and you just eat donuts and ice creams, but you're hitting your protein, you really think you're gonna feel good and not have acne? No, food is coding. Food tells your body what to do. It's not just about calories. So make sure you're getting a good ratio of macronutrients. I would say, if you're 180 pounds, let's say 50 to 70 grams of fat, 200 grams of protein and 200 grams of carbs. Next is something that you probably have never done. When you're 15, you don't really need to, but when you're past 18, I think it's a good idea, especially considering you're an aspiring gym bro who wants to get aesthetic, and that's doing your blood work. You may be hypogonadal. I may be saying all of these things, and you're like, Frankie, I do eat well, I do train hard, I do sleep well, I do drink enough water, I do take my supplements, and yet I'm still small, weak, unambitious, shy. Well, then you may have a hormonal imbalance, and doing your blood work can tell you that. It may not be hormonal, it may be something else. It may be a vitamin deficiency, an iron deficiency. I used to have an iron deficiency. I went to go get my blood work, and they were like, yeah, you have low iron. That's why you get dizzy and you get weak, and you suddenly have like energy crashes. So then I started eating more steak, and boom. So getting your blood work done can be life-changing. For those of you especially very confused as to why you're not growing or getting stronger or feeling energetic, even though you're doing all the right things, get your blood work done. It can tell you about your overall health, what you need to do, what supplements you need to take. It's time to get your blood work done and see what's up. And if it's all good, that means you're not doing all the right things. So just for a peace of mind, go get your blood work done so that you know whether you need to start taking more supplements, start changing your diet around, or maybe even considering some medical intervention, which I won't speak on because I'm not qualified to. And lastly, not tracking. I used to do that all the time. I would intuitively train, and it worked when I was a beginner and intermediate. Intuitively training, not tracking my lifts, not tracking my food, just eating, chicken and rice and sort of training till failure. Yeah, that got me to a certain point in my physique, but then it was stagnant. It was no progress whatsoever, and that's because I wasn't tracking my sleep, nutrition. I wasn't seeing if I was getting stronger week by week. I was sort of just going in the gym. It's like, what did I do last time? Oh yeah, I think it was around this. That's not gonna work. That'll work for 1-2 years, but if you want to keep making progress, you have to track your lifts, your nutrition, and your lifestyle. If you monitor your progress, you can see then what you need to adjust. Okay, I'm monitoring it. I know this isn't working, so maybe I can adjust this or adjust this or adjust this. But if you have nothing to look at, then you have no idea what's wrong, so you don't know what to improve on. So this can lead to better informed decisions as to how you can adjust, your workout plan or your nutrition plan, and then it can lead to better results going forward. Does that make sense? So those are the 10 things that are killing your gains. So I hope this was informative and it helps you now rethink on what you might need to do going forward so that you can start hitting your fitness goals, building muscle, losing fat. Make sure to check out Barbell Apparel, link in the description for comfiest hoodies, pump covers, jeans, dress shirts, all of that. And click the link in the description for free training programs and free meal plans and free fitness advice. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.